Hi, welcome to Savvy Home Sellers. My name is Mickey. I'm a realtor.
Hi, I'm Laura Palacios, realtor and stager in Southern California.
Thank you so much for watching our channel. We are so excited about always giving you lots of tips about selling your home for more money. And today we're going to talk about the top 5 tips to sell your home for more money.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about sell your home for more?
The first thing that comes to mind is upgrades. What people want to know, what upgrades does this house have? Does it have a pool? Does it have, an updated kitchen and bathroom? And that's our number one thing is, does this house have an updated kitchen and bathroom?
Yeah, I would say kitchen and baths, number one, sell the home. I mean, obviously there's other factors. We want to think about our foundation, our roof, our repairs. I mean, there's a million
electrical, plumbing, foundation.
Tons of things we want to think about, but those kitchen and baths are going to bring the most value or money to your home.
Yes.
Well, the next thing that I think about is, and we've talked about it on our channel before.
And we talk about this a lot.
We talk about this
all week.
So if you're getting tired of us, get tired of this. It's the 4 Ds: de-personalization, de-clutter, deep clean, and design. Those 4 things. If you do nothing else, if you come to me, if you come to Laura and you say, I don't want to do anything, I just put my house on the market, I'm going to say, depersonalize your home, declutter your home, deep clean, design. And let's just talk a little bit about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Even if you didn't have a realtor, that would be terrible. But if you did these 4 things, you would be ahead of the game. So the number one thing, de-personalize. We want to take anything down. We want to remove anything that is a picture, something that has writing on it. For example, you see those mugs that have like, our 2-year reunion.
Oh, you meant in the past
trophies.
You've mentioned those like pictures where,
oh my gosh,
they like
those pictures. Sears pictures with the family. They're so cute. You have every year on the wall.
Like kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. No, take them down.
Mm-hmm.
I think about collections. Like people will have like in their offices, they'll have like car collections or maybe even trophies or awards. It's
angels. Like, I've seen Red Hat Society.
Oh my God, I collect figures. Elephants. Whatever it is,
I love elephants,
that's depersonalize it. Take it down. You're moving anyways. Get ready to take those collections, those personal items into your new home and pack them up.
You know those huge letters that people say, P for Paulson.
Yeah, like their last name.
Right, their name. So those need to come down.
Yeah.
American flags or any kind of flag.
Any flag that's rooting for your favorite team, I think.
Favorite team, favorite country. Just take it down. It's too personal. What else? Jewelry, things that look like they are somebody's items, those you want to remove.
Yeah. So, and the second D is declutter.
Declutter, and different than depersonalize. It's similar but different. Because decluttering means that you're clearing everything off the countertop. Okay, this could be full of mugs. They're not personalized mugs, but still they look cluttered if they're filling up the counter space.
Using the kitchen as an example is a perfect example. You love baking or you love cooking and baking and you have every appliance you can think of out there on your counter. Well, you're using them day to day, but for decluttering, let's put those away. Let's put those away. Let's clear off the counters. And we're going to style it on our 4th D, which is with design. So in the declutter stage, definitely just get rid of those things that are just taking up too much space, whether they're on walls, whether they're on counters, whether they're decor items in your living room, maybe too many pillows, just examples like that. Put them away and then we'll come in and do design. But we skipped the 3rd one, sorry.
Deep clean. That's
important.
Oh, that was so important. And sometimes the cleaners come in before I design, before I do the staging, and sometimes they come after. The times where the cleaners come in before is when the house is, it really needs the deep cleaning in the corners. The floors need a good scrubbing. Maybe the walls are getting painted. And there's a lot of residue and dust after painting. So you want to get all of that cleaned before I bring in fresh furniture.
Okay, can I ask you a question? This is a legit question, realtor asking a stager. When is the best time to come and clean? I've decluttered, I've depersonalized, and am I going to get that cleaning now before the staging, or is it, I mean, what do you like, what matters the most for you?
I prefer when the cleaning's done right after the staging.
Oh, okay.
And that's because, you know, we're kind of trampling in and out. I put runners down, but still, we're still walking around the whole house. Sometimes we're coming in and out of the backyard. So that the floors are nice and shiny and new looking and the countertops all look fresh. And then also the cleaner is going to give the furniture also a nice, like, extra shine. And extra vacuuming. So
that makes sense because photos are next anyways.
Exactly. So you kind of want the cleaning to be fresh and untouched before the photos.
That makes sense. Okay, awesome. So our fourth D, four of the 4Ds is the fourth, it's design. So
it's design. And some people might not have me come in and put furniture all over the house. Maybe they already have beautiful furniture but they'll hire me for the whole day just to come in room by room and help determine what needs to be packed up and put away and what things we can reuse. And in those cases, sometimes I'll bring in additional art for the walls, or I can reorganize the art that you already have. I actually recently did a staging for an artist, and I got to redo reuse all of their art for their house and reposition it and really highlight it. So that was fun.
I've done that before where I've gone into my client's home and then like we just like reposition it. It's like a breath of fresh air. Like
it is.
And they never thought, and it wasn't insulting or anything to them, but they never thought to put it lower, to put it over here. It's really makes a difference to your eye that just gives you that feeling. And that's one thing I always say is like, you get that feeling when you walk through. That design brings in that flow of the property. You're creating that neutral space that's going to attract a lot of buyers into your home. A lot of buyers seeing that home. I always say as a realtor, I'm the megaphone to the market. So I'm attracting a lot of buyers. A lot of buyers see the home and I get more offers. My clients make more money and everybody's happy. So design is definitely important. So
it does something to you when there's a wall and there's something there. It just kind of completes the look of the room as opposed to seeing the wall empty, and it just like leaves you with this kind of like feeling of, something's missing. I feel it all the time. So I know that people feel it when they walk in, but they can't always exactly put their finger on it or express what it is about that room that's not doing it for them. But it's just that the room isn't cohesive enough to show.
That brings us to our next point is paint. Paint is so important, whether that's the color you're choosing or whether it's new, or should I paint this wall? Should I paint this room?
Arguably, this is the most important on the list by far, because a brand new, fresh coat of paint just makes the house feel brand new. It smells new. It looks new. You know, you don't have those scuffs on the walls. You don't have mismatching colors or fading or yellowing that walls get over time, or even just dust, dirt, cobwebs. All those little things that accumulate in the nooks and crannies, a brand new fresh coat of paint takes care of all of that.
Yeah, paint, I would say this being the top 5 tips to sell your home for more money. Paint, it's like, do you put it as number 1? Do we put it as number 1? I mean, it's debatable.
You know,
you're going to make a lot of money.
I'll go for yes.
Yeah, you could do nothing to your home and paint it and you're going to make more money, right?
In some cases, I'd rather people paint it than stage it.
Right. That's a good point. And when I think of painting, well, it's like, I got to do the 4Ds just to get to the paint anyway. So those are automatically going to get done. So definitely paint.
I would say definitely paint. There are some houses I walk into that they're very good at upkeeping the paint and upkeeping the maintenance of the house. And good job, because that does add value. So if that's a step, or if that's a cost you don't have to worry about at that time, then good job for you.
Yeah. All right. What do you think about doors and windows? Am I gonna say, if someone comes to me and says, should I get a new door? Should I get all new windows? Will that affect the value when I go to sell it?
It will. We know that it does. It's obvious when you have a single pane, aluminum, rickety, flimsy window, and
it doesn't even slide.
A strong gust of wind comes by and it goes blah, 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 blah.
And you can't even slide it to open it. Inspection, you're like telling your clients to open and close all the windows and doors, and they're like,
oh, it doesn't lock, so you have to put like the old piece of wood to hold it into place. If these are any things, if you that you have in your home, and yes, I think that it's going to add a lot of value to your house to update those single pane, old, original. I'm talking pre 1970s. Then you definitely want to consider it.
Right.
The standard is double pane.
So yes on doors and windows.
Yes.
Okay, so for our...
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we go back to doors and windows?
Yes.
Interior doors. Okay. If you have old doors also that creak, that open by themselves, and then it looks like you have a ghost there, those are reasons you would want to change the interior doors. Sometimes too, remember those old hollow, like lightweight, flimsy doors, and then sometimes they'll have like an inch gap on the bottom because they used to have carpet and now they don't. And so
is that why there's a gap?
A lot of the
time, or did someone just
measure
measure incorrectly?
That could happen too, but most of the times we see like the level of the floors have changed. So
if you're watching this channel right now and you're looking around, it's okay. It's okay. We see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just get new doors. It's actually not, interior doors aren't an expensive. They're not expensive.
They're not inexpensive, but relatively to the value that they add, they're not that expensive.
And it's definitely one way to make your home look new, look like that model home, to put those doors in.
Yeah, and we see doors that one door will be a flat, the other one will have molding in it. Yeah. One is a six pane molded. One's a 2-pane shaker door. If they're all hodgepodgey and mismatched, then it is a good idea to get them all looking the same, all with the same hardware. If you look around, you'll see some of the hardware on the doors will be silver, some are bronze, some are, so let's get all of them looking cohesive and looking like they all belong in the same house.
Cohesive brings us to our final tip for selling your home for more. I would recommend that your home is well groomed, interior, exterior. We want it to look like this home was well loved, well maintained. It's cohesive. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well maintained is a good way to say that. Groomed, manicured. You want to make sure that the gutters are clean, that if you have the opportunity to power wash on the outside, that it just looks newer or very well maintained, that the hedges are trimmed, that they're not all wild and overgrown. You don't want the paint to be chipping anywhere. You want it to look like it's been painted at least in the last few years.
People that watch Savvy Home Sellers aren't going to have chip paint because they are following our 5 tips and they're painting. Am I right? But no, I think that you make a good point. It's like just having that well-maintained, it's cohesive, that flow from the exterior into the interior. And even when coming back to our point 2, which was design, right? That design is going to come from the exterior to the interior and then even into the backyard. And with that, those repairs, if you have any outstanding repairs, maybe you've done all these things to the house, but then you have, bricks falling over as you walk into the backyard.
Old mailboxes we see.
Yeah, like
light
those
fixtures,
repairs.
One little pane is broken. Just those little things will go a long way if you change them out.
And that's one thing Laura and I do for our clients, to serve our clients, is we're pointing those things out, not to be mean, not to be rude, but to really help you make the most money when you go to sell your home. And we were talking about the cohesiveness from interior. When you look at that buyer, they arrive at the house, they're looking at the neighborhood, they're looking at the home from the exterior, they're walking up. We want that whole experience of showing property to be exactly that, an experience. They're walking up to that front door. We've changed the door. We've painted, we've groomed, and then they walk in, and that design style needs to be cohesive.
It should match. If you're bold enough to go for that stark white and black farmhouse look on the outside, make sure that you understand how to bring that style in all the way through the house, so that it doesn't feel awkward when you walk in. Cohesive design is a plus. And you were saying offline in our conversation before about other things. I'm just going to put her on the spot. No, about other things that you see, when we're out in the field, you're seeing this and this and this
bringing that more value to that home? Go ahead and talk about those things.
Oh, yeah, there are a few things that we already know, like in Southern California, that buyers are looking for. And that means if they're looking for them and they're in high demand, that's going to add value to your house. One of them is a gazebo, or a pergola, however you want to call it, but an affixed awning that comes off of your house. Those are great resale value. Also a fountain. If you have a fire feature like a fireplace, or a fire pit, any of those types of things. Did we mention anything else?
Well, we talked about indoor-outdoor space. That's a big thing here. Like if you have that space that's outdoors.
Like the outdoor barbecue space.
Right. Or even entertaining, you can walk indoors and outdoors and you feel like it's the cohesive same space.
Yeah, now, it gives you more livable space, square footage.
And that's exactly it, livable space. And so if we have that growing family or whatever, that's like, oh, okay, we have this extra space out here. Or entertaining. A lot of people are buying because they like to entertain. They like to have their friends over, or they have a big family, whatever the case is. Now, I would also recommend, though, if you don't have a pergola, if you don't have a gazebo, you don't have a water feature, I would never say, hey, go spend money on those things. But if you came to me and you said, what should we do with this? I would say repair and paint. Keep it. Let's showcase something like that is going to be something that buyers want.
If you have one of those features, you want to make sure that they're in good working order and that they're well maintained. So no rust, no chipping paint. You want to make sure it turns on and off, things like that. So
if you're interested in these top 5 tips to sell your home for more money, and you want to talk to Laura or myself to get your home ready now for the spring market, for any market, we're here. Go ahead and reach out to us. Our information is down below.
I hope that you enjoyed these top 5 tips for selling your home for more. If any of these tips were helpful to you, I hope that you follow along with us and like and subscribe for more Savvy Home Seller content.
See you soon. And remember we said before. Hey, thank you for including Savvy Home Sellers in your next home selling project.
See you next time for more information on how to get your home ready to sell.
Like and subscribe.
And follow us for more Savvy Home Seller content.
See you soon.